Yes! Hi, Pisces. Alright, so here's your extra reading for your birthday. Happy birthday to you. There's so many wonderful Pisces that I've had an opportunity to connect with through this place, and I thank you for that. You've helped me change my whole perspective, thank you, on like what a Pisces is, or like what a Pisces is supposed to be. It's really beautiful to experience and to see, so thank you, Pisces. Okay, so let's choose one more, and then we're gonna go for a drive. Sorry, Bex, I know it makes you a little uncomfortable, but I drive like a grandma, so we'll be fine. I know these roads now, so it's not, I can multitask. And I know when to disengage from, you know, when we're tapping into two things. I know when to disengage. Focus on the thing that's important or critical, you know, depending on the situation. Alright, Pisces. Just letting the car warm up a little bit. You like my quilt? Made that after, as a means of healing through some grief. It's a slow process. Let's see. Okay, we have 4 more. We'll touch in, I see. We're gonna go one way, and we'll talk about these first 4 cards, and then after I get my coffee and cigarettes, breakfast sandwiches. Even though I make a really good breakfast sandwich, but it's always a treat when someone else, you know, does something for us. You know, it's beautiful to have that kind of support and love. Okay. Put on our spectacles. Alright. Are you ready? Let's go. You gotta go slow. It's kind of... Oh, Jesus. It's been sitting with that brake on for a while. Now we're free. Now we're free. Okay. So, your cards are kind of funny. Let me look both ways before we go on in the street. We'll do a little California roll and stop. I think that's what they call it. So, Pisces, the first, your cards, again, they're kind of funny. The story I saw where a person's like, come on, like, you can do it, and they're like, someone's like, ain't doing it, don't want to do it, not gonna do it. And then because a person is allowed some space, the outside force isn't like, hey, do this, you know. It's like up to the individual. Someone's like, that stubbornness sort of goes away, and they're like, okay. So, I have to do the post office first. I'm gonna mail a letter. Hold on a second. Real life things. Will you give me 1 second? One of my holy day cards got returned, and I had to send it again. That was such a pleasure and so much fun to create. So any of you who were a part of the Patreon too, just side note, and were a part of the whole holy day card situation, or just that space in general too, that was super fun. Thank you for the inspiration to create, you know, with my inner child. It was fun. Super fun. Okay, so let's look at these again. So there is that story. So then, yeah, a person's kind of like open to the situation. They're like, okay, let me try. I heard maybe they got. Does this person want to back up? Go ahead, honey. I'm letting them go. I'm being like so nice that they don't know that it's okay. People aren't used to that in this life, you know, like where someone's like, wow, you're patient. It's like, yeah, I am. But let's see. Make sure you pick your head up when you're walking around, okay? Chin up. You're really beautiful that way. You don't ever have to be ashamed of who you are, Pisces. So let me tune in a second here. It's always, I can multitask, but sometimes it's like, what point am I supposed to, I know something's coming here and I know I'm going to have to do something, so I'll wait till we get on a longer stretch where that feels more right to be doing multiple things. We're good. Awesome. Action. Okay, so let's take that as a message. That sign just said action. Right, it's lights, camera, high crow, and then action, you go. Right? Red, yellow, green. Go. So there must be a point during this month where you actually have a free, like the road is not, you know, the path is not blocked or there's no interference. You can actually like give it a little, probably gain a little bit of energy. You know, it's pretty rad too, the Pisces season. Remember, however you're watching this, if you know your chart too, that the sun is going through the house of Pisces, so there's light being shed in that house. If you're unaware of such things, just remember that, and in addition, I suppose, that remember that during March there is light shining upon you, Pisces, from within you and upon you. And what is the sun? It's warm. It helps us to see. It helps us to like take off layers, right? Like come out of the woodwork. Awesome. Oh my God, I have to get that. Will it be there when I get back? Nope. So I got to do it now. Fine. This is a perfect place to turn around. Hold on a second. Okay, so I love when that happens. So sometimes in life I'll be like, man, we could really use that. You know, I could really use that. We could really use that. And it's not that what we already have isn't good enough to an extent, but it can be better. It can be better. And where is it? Right there. How do I do this without making a mess? Let me just pull over here. Dun, 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 dun. Love it. Hold on, I'll be right back. I got my guitar case, that's okay. needed a bookshelf, and hold on, and I needed a furniture dolly. Perfect. Anybody coming? I think we're good. I'll turn around in this person's driveway. Nope, we're gonna turn on the road and be safer. Alright, so there's some adventure apparently. Pisces, 11/11. We'll take it. Pardon me, Jeep masters. These people love their Jeeps. I do too. Sometimes they're a little bit of a rough relationship. Like, you gotta put a lot into them sometimes, but they are really cool going. Oh, that's awesome! What a sweet treat to find what you're looking for. Oh shit, I hope she's not upset. No, she's good. Okay, so yeah, there's like non-verbal cues in life, right? Say for instance you put something on the side of the road, then everyone just knows, like, hey, this is available, right? Like, you can have this if you want it. It's free for the picking. Okay. I just saw 777. Free for the picking. And then I guess a person has to decide, like, well, I had already stated what I wanted. Or, yeah, I guess I wanted it more than needed it. One of them is helpful. One of the things is really helpful, just to make life easier. The other one is sort of just an extra. And it's nice to know the difference there, too, you know. So, back to the cards. So we have King of Swords. So this could be an air sign in your life or air in your chart. That's very clear, very honest. This is great decision making. And maybe an exercise in this time could also be I saw the word deliberating. It reminds me of kind of a little bit, I'm seeing Libra and Virgo. What are we talking about here? Well, if this King of Swords is you, this is your reading. If this King of Swords is you, this is a person that is very clear, again, in their thinking. They're very clear in their mind. They're not overwhelmed by emotion. If you're a person that likes to write, even if you think you're not good at it, but you actually kind of enjoy it, what's that thing for you? Let's back up. What did we just say? What you like to do even though you think you're not good at it. Well, one of those things is love, right? Sometimes what you love, Pisces. So but the writing, there was a lot of writing exercises in the Earth Trinity. I don't know if we've previously mentioned this, but that could be something that could be helpful. If for some reason you're not feeling that clear about what the next step is and you're feeling a bit stuck, because after the this guy's kind of on my ass. After the King of Swords is the Four of Pentacles. So if you're realizing, like, look, I know this is changing, I can feel that this is changing, but I don't know what exactly, like how to explain it or something like that, the air trinity could be helpful. But let's talk about these combinations now. So we have King of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. So this is a decision that's also solid. So in decision making choices in this time, I guess it's not exactly that they have a long-term effect, but it would be better if a person is going to make a decision that they really stick with it. I wouldn't, like, for instance, you say, a person says, like, hey, I can't see with your big-ass vehicle in the way. You know, say a person says, I'm going to do this. Then just do it. You don't have to do it every week on that day at that time, like, and keep that schedule for 5 years. You know, we're just talking about, I guess it's doing what you say. And that's probably something that's also important to other people that you're connected to, that they do what they say, because that's trust, right? If someone says, yeah, I'll be there for you, and then say you need them and they're like, I don't know. It's like, well, that's not very nice, or like that's not exactly reliable. So maybe a person also has an ability to read behind what people say, regardless of what they're saying. Not to say that you can't trust people, but like a person's just more conscious of, okay, well, when that person says that they'll do something, they'll do it. And when this person says that they do something, maybe they'll do it, but not when they say they do it. And then sometimes there's the people, right? It reminds me of that, what's that song, that Supertramp song? It's like, some they will, and some they won't, and some you just can't tell. Oh no, some they do, and some they don't, and some you just can't tell. Some they will, and some they won't, and some it's just as well. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. So, let's actually kick this back so I have more space. Ooh, that's fine. Get my breakfast sandwiches out of the way. I love Supertramp. You ever listen to them? So good. I'll take the long road, right? Okay, so Pisces. So Spirit. Hold on. I'm not always a big fan of flavored things, but sometimes it's so nice. You know, like blueberry coffee. So it's kind of like somebody's saying, and I see this as Spirit a lot too. It's like, don't worry. I heard, don't worry, my child. Don't fret, my pet. I heard, come over here, rest your head. What kind of plants are in your house? What kind of trees can you see? Like, what kind of plants can you see out of your window? Out of your windows? Or what do you see when you look out the window? If for some reason you get down on yourself or about it, get in your head, let's put it that way. So you get in your head about something, I feel like, make sure you wash the sheets. If you can, if it's the right season, it's the right day, open the windows, let some fresh air in. And most importantly, go outside and get some sunshine. That may be something. There's something that a person's worrying about too, that they don't, Well, I heard someone say, why? Well, like, why, God? Why? Someone asking why. And this could come from a very long time ago, too. It doesn't have to be now. So maybe something is reminded, something is reminded, or someone remembers something from another time. Oh, jeez, that scared me. Let me reverse out of here with confidence. I'm gonna go slow because it's kind of busy right now. I'm gonna get on to the street. Golden. Let me get up to speed just a second. You know, I have to do it myself. That's why I love a manual. I kind of wish everyone drove a manual. We'd probably be a more patient society. You know, instead of like hauling ass on the gas and like slamming on the brake. Seagull. How far away are you from the sea? Pisces. So, let's focus here. Got to get back up to speed again because we just slowed down. That's fine. Now we're on the road. Good. Great. Awesome. 444. Okay, so I heard again. Don't worry, my child. Don't worry. So someone's soothing to somebody. Did we talk about this in the water trinity? Right, your love and care is appreciated and needed. Don't ever doubt that your love and care is important. It doesn't matter who in the past did not acknowledge that or appreciate or respect that. That's irrelevant. I suppose there is some relevance to who and what does love and appreciate and respect you now. That's important, right? It should be, because you're important. Pardon me. Hold on, I'm at a little bit of a crossroads. Golden. So, right, whenever we take a corner, we gotta slow down. Then we gotta add speed again. Oh, cool, I never saw that before, and I wouldn't have seen it if I hadn't been going slow there. Good. Pisces. So, you have the Hierophant. So faith is important right now. What you believe in. What you believe is possible. I could see as the Temperance follows this card. These are two major arcana. So if there's a place where you feel like the path is narrow, or if there's a little bit of a rock and a hard place, I guess it could feel like that sometime whilst you listen to this reading. In that case, I need you to not worry, because what comes after that is the Ace of Cups. So I guess there's a little bit of a test. It's like, well, I heard suffering brings reward. And And I know that's easier said than done depending on what we're dealing with, right? That quilt I was talking about was when one of my best buds, Zumi, passed on, right? It was a big transition for me. And even though intellectually I could like comprehend what was going on, emotionally it took longer to understand and to come to a place of peace about it, you know? And I just saw Paradise Lane. So interesting. Just a second. Feel like someone's protecting someone when they sleep. Oh, I forgot to mention this earlier. I guess this is kind of coming up again. Alright, well then we'll talk about it. When's the last time you changed your mind about something? Or at very least, for instance, say whatever your thoughts are on something, your perspective is on something, and you can stay with that. You don't have to change your whole world, but where you kind of tap in to someone or listen to who has kind of like a different opinion about something, and you see, like, you kind of listen with an open mind. Because even when we disagree, there's great things to learn there, right? I've learned a lot I've learned some of my biggest lessons actually through people doing things that I didn't want. You know, situations happening that I didn't want taught me a lot, right? About what to do, or taught me through those situations, like, how to deal with things better. You know what I mean? Now, let's touch on it for a second. You had this old reading called True Love Only. If you want to reference, you can reference by that title. I think it was I'm sorry. That was second gear. It was last year, probably late spring. And it talked about relationships, and especially romantic energy, that kind of thing. So let's say, for instance, you're single. Well, I guess, how do you feel about that right now? Would you like to be with someone? If that's something that you like, say, let's give a few different examples. Say you've been single for a while. I heard, don't worry, my child. It's almost like if you've been trying and putting yourself out there, if you haven't found what you're looking for, it's because it wasn't the right, I guess in some senses, Spirit was just like, just wait, because I want you to have somebody that can walk with you on, like, through thick and thin. You know, in sickness and in health, like rich or poor, like they're gonna stick with you through the hard times. It's not some in and out energy or something that's unreliable or something that's sketchy. Now, if you've been single because, for instance, you're afraid to get hurt again, if there's been something like that, I feel like it's actually a really good time. It's muddy. It's a good time to be open. open to that. At very least in the perspective, let's see if we roll backwards. No, we're good. At least in this perspective of being open to something maybe that you've been closed about. Maybe that's what we're talking about too. If you are in a relationship but you haven't been for a while and you know that it's good, this Ace of Cups, this angel here, the card of faith and commitment, I wouldn't worry about it in ways of making a problem where there's not a problem. Sometimes things are just good, and they can be just good. I mean, and I guess we would just know whether something was real or an illusion depending on what our previous experiences were, right? And for some of you that have been divorced, it's kind of like, would you like to be married again? I'd also say, like, looking at what you're committed to right now is important. And I feel like there could be a little bit of something with that Nine of Swords that's like, I want to do it, but I don't know how to do it. Maybe that King of Swords previous could also be where maybe it would be nice to talk to somebody. I don't know if this is, say it's a technical thing and like you talk to an accountant or to a counselor or to a lawyer or to someone who knows something. It reminds me of Gemini's reading a couple weeks ago. It's like talking to a professional about something or someone who you respect that has experience somewhere can be very helpful. Maybe that'll... and then I even saw the word second opinion, so it's kind of like, again, regardless of what someone says, it's like you can take from that what you will, right? Like each one of you here is going to relate this reading in a different way, depending on what your world is, and what you would like, what you believe that your world could be. So remember that you also have that power. And I love that we ended with the Ace of Cups. It's a blessing. It's a feeling of peace. And I heard, cast your worries upon me. Okay. I think we're going to leave that like that so my breakfast sandwiches don't get too cold. I love you so much, Pisces, and happiest birthday. I hope this was helpful. And thanks for going for a ride with me. I love tooling around, getting coffee. Alright, I'll talk to you next time. Peace out.